Brooksaw Antiques here. Today we have this 1948 Royal Arrow vintage portable typewriter. I'm going to show you how to use the functions and make sure they all work. First thing we're going to do is set the margins located behind this flip panel. And you can either use a magic margin or push it with your finger like this. And there's only a magic margin on the left side on this model. And you just flip it to the front and it sends it to wherever you are on the platen. And you can send it back to the edge by holding down the magic margin and pushing the carriage. Now it's on the edge, and this is the right margin. We're going to line that up with about the width of the page, which it already is. But if you want to move it, just do it like that. I'm going to keep it around right there. This is the paper bail that sits on top of the page to hold it down. Once you hear the bell, you're at the end of the margin. You hit this line space, gets you back to the beginning, and skips 1 or 2. To change from single to W, just flip that switch to the front, and it skips 2 when you hit the line space. We're going to keep it on single for now and finish typing. As you can see, all the keys type nice and none of them skip or stick. I'll type a sentence on the next line. Really like this model. You type very fast on it, and it's a little bit quieter than most typewriters. Very compact and well designed. Best typewriters ever made were these vintage ones. And if you buy something brand new, it will be worse than this one, and it'll be more expensive. To pull the page out easy, just flip this switch on the right side here forward, and it unlocks the rollers, allowing you to pull the page out easy or load thicker paper like carbon copy or cardstock. Make sure you flip that switch back before you load the next page, or else it won't load correctly. Got a backspace on the top left here. That works good. A shift on each side and a shift lock on the left. To clear that, you just hit the shift button again. On the right side, we have a margin release. When you get to the end of the margin, it will lock the key so you can't type past it. And all you got to do is hit that margin release, and you can finish that word at the end of the page. This is your color selector switch. In the middle is the top portion of the ribbon. So the vibrator only goes up to hit the top portion. When you have it on the left, which is the red, it'll hit the bottom portion of the ribbon, so the vibrator goes up a little bit higher. Right now we have a solid black ribbon on this, so it just hits the bottom portion of the ribbon. You can use that ribbon twice by utilizing that function. Open the hood. You got your touch control on the left here. You got from 0 to 9. And the higher up you go, the more tension there is when you hit the keys. And you just got to hit them harder, but they respond faster. So more advanced typers like that function. This is the switch, the ribbon reverse. So right now all the brand new ribbon's loaded on the left and it's pulling to the right. But if you switch that to the left, it's now pulling to the left. We want to keep that pulling to the right. That works good. Carriage release on each side behind the knob here. That works good. And there's one more switch right here. If you push it to the front, it disables the spacing. So you can get to an exact spot on the page when you flip that back. Each one of those clicks is one space. And you can also do the same thing with this button on the knob here. Works good. Now available on eBay or Etsy. Search Brooksaw Antiques.